Yo, what's up, everybody? It's my first time going live. And, excuse me. What I wanted to talk about today is the coldest winter ever. Rereading this book as an adult, and also I'm going to go into the sequel, Life After Death. And, coming across this book, reading the story again as an adult, it was giving me an entirely different perspective. You know, Winter Santiago was unlike anybody I've ever met when I first read this in middle school. And, it was a good story, but, as a middle schooler, the things that stuck out to me the most were like the sex scenes that were in the book. Now, as an adult, reading it, totally different perspective. Um, I actually feel bad for Winter, the situation that she got put in. Um, and a lot of it is probably just what she was taught. It was her parents' fault. Um, Now living life as a drug dealer, that's interesting. These are the things that happens. But I can also see how what Sister Soldier was trying to do with this book. It was almost like it was serving as a warning of what can happen to our young ladies. Um, and I think we seeing the effects of it now today. Like to me, Winter Santiago in this book, she was the original city girl. Now, 2024, we see that idea of the city girl has, spread everywhere. It's just a way of life. Um, like an act like Sexy Red, Young Miami, the city girls. This is a story that they could fit right inside. It's I don't know, it's interesting. Um, I'm gonna finish reading it, take some notes. But it's just different things that are sticking out to me. Like one of the first things I wrote down is that Winter has to me, what seems like a weird relationship with her father. Um, there's a couple of instances in the book where she said he has sexy eyes. She knows he's putting it down in the bedroom. She just thinks the world of her father, in a sense. But that's a weird way to show it to me. Yeah, that's very interesting. Um, and what really made me think about this is that when the sequel to this book came out, Life After Death. Now, The Coldest Winter Ever is a cult classic, beloved by everybody. But when this second book came out, it didn't receive that same fanfare. And I really believe it's because uh, Sister Soldier was showing you where there's consequences for your actions. Now, in the original book, spoiler alert if you haven't read it, Winter spent, what, 15 years in prison? And then when she gets out, she hasn't really changed much as a person. She's still on that same thing. So at the beginning of this book, something tragic happens to her, and she has to go through this journey through the underworld to learn some lessons. Now, in Egyptian mythology, when you die, your soul is weighed on a scale, and if it's heavier than a feather, then your soul gets devoured by Ampu. I think that's the right god, or Sobek, and you have to, your soul goes down to the underworld. But if it's lighter than a feather, then you get to move on into paradise. Um, and the things that weigh your soul down, one of them being materialism. Winter Santiago is very materialistic, but she was trained to be that way. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna read both these stories again, and then I'm gonna make a video on it because I really know that Sister Soldier was really trying to help young ladies out with both of these books. Now, I don't think Winter Santiago is the role model that you're supposed to look up to. It's she put herself in a lot of situations that she didn't have to be in just based on poor decisions. And another thing that's interesting, I read this as a middle schooler the first time. Now as somebody who's 36, looking back on it, she's 17. Well, she's a teenager. Of course, she's going to be making some poor decisions. She's young, super young, and super inexperienced. I even like how Sister Soldier wrote herself into the story, and how Winter didn't like Sister Soldier. In fact, I think the book starts off with her saying, all right, check this out. First page of the book. This is Winter talking. I never liked Sister Soldier. Straight up. She the type of female that I like to cut in the face with my razor. Before I get heated just talking about her, let me make it clear who I am and where I stand. Don't go jumping to any conclusions either. All of y'all are too quick to jump to her defense without knowing what somebody up close and personal thinks. When it comes right down to it, those are the ones who really count. The people who was there, who's seen it all. Hell, you can't smell nobody's breath through a camera. You almost can't even see their pimples. So you know that TV shit ain't real. Don't run ahead of me. Let me take my time and tell my story. There's a couple of other instances in the story where she's listening to Sister Soldier speak on the radio, and she's just not receptive or open to what she's saying. And that happens a lot. You have positive people in the community who are trying to do some good, but it comes at a time where the recipients, they just aren't ready to listen to that yet. That was Winter in this book. She just wasn't ready to listen to Sister Soldier. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to finish both of these books probably before next Tuesday, and I'll film that video on Tuesday, and it'll come out a week from today. So I look forward to discussing that with y'all. As this drop some comments. This video is going to go up on my channel, this live. So drop some comments or some questions or ideas that you had when you first read the book, and I'll incorporate that into my video as a means of discussion. All right, so for those of y'all tuning in, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.